They broke into her bedroom. She burst into song. The inappropriate alto tonight on Sick Sad World.
Hey, hello, how do you do? Shady Doorags here. At last, folks, we have arrived. Ever since I first even mentioned Daria on this channel, people have been asking non-stop for a review of one of its most memorable episodes, Daria the Musical. Officially called Daria, with an exclamation mark at the end like this is an episode of DuckTales or something. And alas, while it has been fun torturing you intellectuals these past 2 years, there comes a time in every man's life where he has to take his job seriously. And as you can see, we're clearly in serious business territory. The episode starts at the Morgendorfer house. Helen and Jake are preparing for work, Quinn is complimenting herself in the mirror, and Daria is complaining about having to exist while struggling to get out of bed. So, you know, nothing out of the ordinary. Wait, one more thing.
Today I'll be the perfect working wife and mother.
Today I'll show my clients that this man is strong.
Ladies and gents, Daria the Musical, the episode that is told mostly through songs. And like many musicals, how you feel about the songs is largely going to affect how you feel about the show itself. As for this song,
on this morning in the burbs.
Not off to the best start. What's funny is, while this isn't the first episode in season 3, it was the first to premiere. So the show's creators felt this was the best introduction to welcome audiences back with.
It means a long tail morning's gonna start.
Put on your pants.
I think it's obvious whether or not that was a good decision.
What's the weather like today?
Maybe a hurricane on the way.
But it's such a lovely day.
What does science know?
Okay, Quinn I get, but Helen, you should know about the calm before the storm. Also, if there might be a hurricane today, wouldn't that mean there's a guaranteed tropical storm? I feel like y'all should be staying indoors.
Oh, that's great. The toast is cold.
Did you expect piping hot breakfast when you're the last one up, Daria? Especially toast, that gets cold in freaking seconds.
Here on this same old.
Wait, why are you throwing it away? Cold toast is perfectly fine. Also, it's toast. It takes minimum effort to reheat. We transition to Lawndale High. There's a great joke here that I can't show because it's not PG, but the point is, Brittany reminds Daria and Jane that today is pep rally day. Daria and Jane, being Daria and Jane, make plans to skip out by going to the roof. The pep rally does happen, but during it, a school-wide announcement is made that a hurricane is indeed coming. All school events are canceled and everyone is to be sent home. Kevin and everyone else on the football team whose name isn't Mac think this is all a conspiracy.
I hope you're not too sad that you don't get to play.
Brittany, what on earth are you doing? What is the football team doing? Oh, okay, this musical isn't just singing. We're gonna have dancing too. Somebody really gave the staff a blank check on how silly they could go for this episode.
We'll go up to some other place.
Hey, that's cool, babe. Let's go suck face.
Up on the roof, because she was late to getting up and because she missed the pep rally, Daria is finally made aware of the approaching storm via the newspaper she's reading and tells Jane the two of them should probably get going. The episode makes a note to show that while everyone else is worried about possible damage to the town, Daria and Jane jokingly see it as a positive thing, trying to create a juxtaposition.
Being a post-apocalyptic town is gonna be cool. Other towns will be scared of us.
It works, I suppose, but it's kind of weird because later in the episode, the same thing will happen to Jody and Mac. And even more weird, Daria smiles for a decent amount of time. On their way out, Daria and Jane run across Brittany and Kevin and warn them about the approaching storm.
Wait, the newspaper said that? Oh man, I thought Miss Lee was just covering up.
Yeah, she was messing with our minds.
Why doesn't that add up for me?
Okay, well, regardless of how you feel about the music, the jokes are still on their A game.
Ladies first.
No!
Well, that happened. We transition to Helen, where everyone in the firm but her is ready to pack it in and head out.
I was just wondering, if there isn't anything more to do, I thought maybe I could go home and say goodbye to my loved ones.
Geez, what category is this hurricane? Maybe that's just my heritage talking. I grew up in Florida, so unless it's a category 3 or higher, hurricanes aren't the scariest thing to me. Wait, where's Lawndale again? Do they get a lot of hurricanes up there? If not, that would explain why everyone in town thinks this is the end of the world.
Helen, what are you doing here? There's a hurricane coming. Helen.
Wait, why is Helen looking around like she's trying to find where the music came from? Apparently, she just became self-aware for a few seconds. Elsewhere at the mall, Quinn and company are shopping for rain attire. Unfortunately, the shop closes before Quinn is able to find something perfect for herself. This leads into a song called I Can't Leave Yet, which is about how both Quinn and Helen have an unhealthy obsession with what they do, Quinn with her fashion and Helen with her work, and how they don't feel anyone else gets what they're going through. Get it? It's ironic because they think they're alone in how they feel, despite this song being a duet about two people with the same mindset.
Don't they know I can't leave yet?
This is my favorite song of the episode. A, it has the best lyrics.
Coming in second wouldn't be the worst.
As long as no one else was first.
B, it has the best visuals. C, it reinforces that Helen and Quinn are the most similar of the Morgendorfers. And D, it dives into both of their characters in a way that's interesting to analyze and easy to empathize with.
It doesn't matter really what I do or where.
I could do a half-assed job and nobody would care.
Felt that. I don't consider myself a perfectionist, but I do have moments where that mindset creeps into me, knowing a less than perfect result will get the job done, but still feeling I'm obligated to go above and beyond with whatever I'm doing. Why do y'all think these videos take so long to make? But you know the classic saying, don't let perfect be the enemy of good. Unfortunately, as good as this song is, it's immediately followed by
I got a foot on the gas and a hammer in my head, thinking about my girls and the ways they might be dead.
This song is full of swearing, shows Jake giving into his emotions as per usual, and has him making everyone else around him miserable without a shred of empathy.
You tell him, Jack!
I think I see my turn off, so you better get back.
So as you can imagine, this one won't be my favorite. Seriously, it frustrated the crap out of me. Which is how everyone in the song is feeling, so maybe that was intentional. The three Morgendorfers all arrive home, barely succeeding in trying not to panic. However, their task becomes much harder when they realize Daria is missing. Thinking she might be with Jane, they call up the Lane house.
Hello?
Trent, you haven't seen the girls. Have you done anything to prepare for this hurricane? Trent, I want you to come over and wait for the girls here. You'll be safer. Then put some on and get over here now, young man.
That mom right there is one of the most mom-brain characters to ever mom. Back to the school, Daria and company figure they have one chance of surviving the storm, which is to cram into a nearby shed.
My parents are probably starting to worry.
I know mine would be if they were in town.
What about Trent? I'll bet he's upset.
I'll bet he's snoring.
Jeez, I really need to review an episode about Jane's home life. There is just too much to say about it. This all leads to a song about how the kids' loved ones are probably worried about them for not showing up during a hurricane. Whoa! Movie lighting.
They must be worried.
They're probably distressed.
They must be worried.
It's causing them unrest.
And now, all you intellectuals who, for some reason, have a lot of useless knowledge on music, it is your time to shine. Explain to me why this particular song gets stuck in my head every time I hear it.
They must be worried.
Definitely my second favorite song of the episode, though if I were judging on music alone, it would take first. I hum this to myself way more than any of the others. Side note, I found the joke of Brittany constantly hitting everyone and making them recoil in fear from it to be amusing. Back at the Morgendorfers.
I can't take it anymore. I should be out there looking for her.
Jake, I'm sure Daria had the good sense to find shelter.
A smidgen out of character there. While yes, Helen is usually able to maintain control, that tends to go out the window if her daughter's safety is compromised.
Jake, have you seen her face? These big hospitals let patients slip through the cracks all the time. Can't you take charge of a situation for 1 minute?
But
Jake, once again, lets his emotions take the wheel and angrily declares he has to take action. And in doing so, he inspires Trent to go with him, as well as starts up another song.
we won't be back till we can bring them in. We're gonna be manly.
For some baffling reason, this is the song that represents the episode to me. Like, when I think of this episode, my brain always defaults to this specific song and none of the others. I have no idea why. I don't even like this song. Maybe because it's the most showy? There is more dancing here than in any of the others.
Maybe we should stay here and hug. Would that be more manly?
Manly is similar to I Can't Leave Yet in that it dives into both of the lead's emotions who feel a way that those around them don't comprehend. It is indeed quote-unquote manly to recklessly put yourself in danger for the sake of your loved ones, and both Trent and Jake, though they don't always show it well, do care about their families. Is their plan to go out searching for someone during a hurricane smart or rational? No, but since when were Trent or Jake either of those things? This song also hints at a very obvious problem Jake has, which is the lack of other men in his life that he can bond with. That topic is touched upon more in a later episode where both Quinn and Daria simultaneously bring their boyfriends home to spend time with their family. We cut back to Daria's group, who realize their shelter is collapsing in on itself. They have no choice but to take their chances outside in the bad weather. Unfortunately, their luck with doors has become very consistent.
I give up. Stop.
You give up? You can't give up!
Oh no.
Time to do what you manly men do.
Oh please, no, not again.
You've got to be manly!
Manly!
Okay, maybe that's why I think of this song, because it goes on for twice as long as the others.
Now apply your mighty helmet of a head.
Manly! Did he hurt himself?
Not anywhere either of you would notice.
Okay, Daria, I don't like Kevin either, but the dude just put himself in harm's way to break y'all out. Maybe shows some restraint. The quartet break out of the shed right on time as the hurricane seems to have ended.
Is there anything this popular boy can't do?
Yo, all the other songs had a lead in. This one just came out of nowhere. Giving me Donkey Kong Country flashbacks.
Get him! Looky here, look what I've got. Don't think I won't let little Diddy drop.
Lawndale as a whole sing about the storm being over, as well as the effect it had on the town, or rather, the lack thereof. Nothing really happened to anyone except Jake and Trent, who got into an accident as soon as they left.
The big wet rainstorm's over. The airbag saved our life.
Life, as in singular. You two share a life?
The big wet rainstorm's over. Explain this to the wife.
Oh, y'all just wanted to rhyme and didn't expect someone as pedantic as me to notice the bad grammar.
Janie, oh man, you're all right.
How the crap did y'all get down from the roof?
Trent, you were worried.
I've surprisingly gone this long without mentioning that Jane doesn't understand just how much she's loved by the people around her. Seriously, video on lane household.
And you're okay too, Daria. Cool.
Fine.
Yeah, first an extended smile, now hugging. Daria, you are full of surprises today. The episode ends with a final number and a reprise of the opening song, Morning in the Burbs, giving one big shot of the cast. Also, the credits play a remix of Manly.
How hard it is to be manly. Maybe we should say and hug. Would they be more manly? Okay, me now I think I squashed a bug.
Okay, it's starting to make sense why this is the song my brain automatically diverts to. And that was Daria the Musical. And now I have to make a confession that I think many of you intellectuals will be annoyed to hear. I do not like this episode. In fact, I greatly dislike it. Plot-wise, there's nothing special going on here. It's just a thing that happens in Lawndale. The biggest intrigue are the character moments, but said moments are extremely short and or better explored in other episodes. But of course, no one watches Daria the Musical for the plot. It's all about those songs, baby. Sing the goofy dancing and singing along to wacky tunes. A good time for all, right? The problem is, with the exception of two songs, I Can't Leave Yet and They Must Be Worried, I don't really like the musical part of the episode either. But Shady, you love campiness, you love musicals, and this is a campy musical. How could you possibly not like what's going on? Yeah, I was surprised too. Normally, I would eat something like this up. So what about this particular scenario just isn't doing it for me? Well, I've narrowed it down to three things. One is, like I've already said, the plot. I don't think I need to delve further into that, it's just not a particularly standout plot. Two, while I normally do like campiness, for something like Daria, it feels way too out of place. On the rare occasion whenever the show does surreal episodes, I never enjoy them. Daria is just too grounded for episodes like this, or Murder, She Snored, or Death Takes a Holiday. I don't mind moments of surrealness like the dream in Thrill Ends Darkly or the stories in Right Where It Hurts. But when it's the entire episode, it always comes across to me like the writers are unnecessarily and desperately jumping the shark. But those two problems wouldn't matter as much if it wasn't for the third and biggest thing. I just do not like most of the songs, mostly because of how they're performed. And it's not because the singing is bad, though that does add on to it. It's because it's not believable. Like, here are some other TV songs.
With these blueprints, we can forge enormous yo-yos. With these sprints, we can build anything at all.
Baby brother Dexter.
What does this button do?
We might just go kablooey.
Get smushed and become chewy.
Step the sons we wanna do before we die.
Look at how those characters emote and listen to their tones. Their voices don't always sound like perfect singers, but they still feel like they're in the scene singing the song. Now compare that to the performances from this episode.
Nowhere isn't anywhere I want to live.
Nowhere makes Lawndale look alright.
I can show that I care, I can cry, I can share. Got my brain in a sensitive world.
Come on, campy, don't be mad. I've got a way to make you glad.
It constantly sounds and looks like the characters know they're doing a performance. There are lots of moments where the voices either don't fully embrace the music or they go too goofy with it. Meanwhile, the expressions, possibly due to the more simplistic art style, will sometimes appear not as intense as the lyrics suggest they should be, or they'll even look completely stoic. And no, I'm not just talking about Daria. It's not about bad singing. It's about an overall experience with voice acting and animation that fails to properly immerse. Still, while I can't say I like this episode nor think it's good, I can understand why it sticks with people in a positive way. There's something super charming about a project where the creators were clearly having lots of fun with it, even if their usual quality declines. So yeah, after a long time coming, my statement is that I do not like Daria the musical. It has a boring, non-special plot, with many of its songs being a disappointment to me. But at the end of the day, the Daria team tried something massively different and, for better or worse, they succeeded in making something that stuck with people. And what they made became one of the most memorable things about this show. This has been Shady Doorags. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye.